Hey everybody, it's Lindsay, and today I'm going to be doing a review of Blinc Eyeliner, and this is something that I got in my August Birchbox, and I was really interested in it because it kind of claimed to do a lot of things, and I got some requests to review it because it just sounded pretty cool. So I just got a sample, like a deluxe sample size of it, so this is how it came in my Birchbox, and this is what it says. It says, brush it on, slide it off. Cannot fade, smudge, run, or flake, lasts all day. No makeup remover required, slides off like a second skin. So that just makes it sound so unique. I couldn't really picture an eyeliner that does something like that, so I was excited to try it. Right, so this is what the back says. It says, Blinc's eyeliner is the original eyeliner invented to form a water-resistant layer of color that contours your eyes. Since Blinc is not a cosmetic paint like conventional eyeliners, it cannot fade, smudge, run, or flake even if you cry or rub your eyes. So that's a pretty impressive claim. And it says the intense layer of color creates a dramatic look that lasts all day. Only when you are ready for removal, the layer of color will effortlessly glide off your skin into your hand without the use of a harsh makeup remover. Ideal for those with sensitive eyes, contact lens wearers, performers, and active people in search of an eyeliner whose look, hold, and ease of removal is without compromise. So, all right, so this is the directions for application. Then it says use Blinc eyeliner on clean and dry skin. Gently pull the lid towards the ear, so I guess like that, and start at the inner part of the lid. Draw a thin line evenly across the upper lid, getting as close to the lashes as possible. If your liner goes astray, a little water on a cotton bud will easily correct the problem. Within 1 minute, apply additional layers of color to thicken the line. Once set, additional layers cannot be applied. So, I tried it for the first time, and it came in this little packaging, and for some reason, because I think it came in a little packaging like this, I was expecting it to be a pencil liner, but it's not. It's actually a liquid liner. So I'm not sure how many applications are in here, but I feel like I could get quite a few uses out of this. I have worn this already 2 whole days. I'm not wearing it today. But yeah, I was just, for some reason, was not expecting it to be a liquid liner. So that's what it looks like. It is like a bristle brush, and it's a very inky black formula. So my recommendation for this would be, if you are really comfortable with liquid liners, something like this might be good for you. I use liquid liner a lot, so I don't feel like I'm uncomfortable by it, but I'm definitely not, you know, I mean, I make mistakes. Sometimes I go too thick, sometimes my finger bumps a little bit, and this is kind of hard for me to correct if I do make a mistake. The first day I wore it, I didn't use it on clean, bare eyelids because I don't put my liquid liner on before my eyeshadow. I feel like the eyeshadow would get on top of it then, so I did have eyeshadow on, but not, you know, not a lot, and then I did a line of this over top. It was hard for it to get in between my lashes, so it kind of looked like a line on top of my lash line because I have gaps in between my lashes. So I tried to kind of like go back through that and fill it in, and it was a little difficult. And when I applied it, since it's such a long brush and it's a very like soft brush, it applied a pretty thick line, and it was more hard to maneuver. So I did smudge it a little bit, and I got a thicker line than I wanted to. And so normally for me, what I do is I take the Q-tips that are pointed, like you can get them at Walmart. They're for like nail art and things like that, but they're pointed, and they are perfect for touching up eyeshadow mistakes, mascara, eyeliner mistakes, things like that. So I made it a tiny bit wet, and when I went to correct it, to kind of just wipe away where I had put too much, it took a chunk of the line off. Like it says, it kind of peels off. It did, and it took too much off. All right, sorry about that. My memory card just filled up and it stopped recording. So what I was saying is, I went back over where I had put too much eyeliner with a wet Q-tip and a real fine tip Q-tip, and when I went to clean it off, it kind of took off too much. Because it slides off, it took off like a section of my eyeliner. So that was kind of weird, and then when I went to go put it back over, it had been more than a minute like it says, so then it didn't look right. So I just found that it was really hard for me to work with. It did last all day. I wore it to work, and I waitress, so you know, you're running around all day. My eyes kind of were watering. You get hot in the kitchen and things like that, so it can be, you know what I mean, it can be hard on your makeup. And I feel like it wore kind of nicely, but not nearly as nicely as the liquid eyeliner that I normally use. So then the second day in a row I wore it, I did my Laura Mercier Cake Liner first, which is just a powder eyeliner that I use, and it gives a nice soft line and it fills in the lashes really nicely so that you don't see the gaps, because that's how I normally wear liquid liner. I put in my cake liner and then I do the liquid liner over top just to like sharpen it up, make it look a little more dramatic. When I went to put this over my cake liner, it really did not work very well. It didn't stick to my skin because I had that liner down already. It just didn't look very nice. It didn't look sleek or put together at all. And then my eyes were really watering that day for some reason. And then when I came home, I was like laying down for a little bit, and when I rubbed my eye, I mean, to be fair, it was a little teary. It took a section of the eyeliner off in the corner. So instead of smearing like some eyeliners would do, it just took the whole section off, which I think almost looks a little more weird, because I feel like if it's smeared, you can kind of just clean it up, but then you still have a little bit of that liner there. This was just gone, so it looks like I just stopped my eyeliner about mid-eye. So for me, this really was a miss. It's not something I will probably wear anymore because I didn't feel like it looked nice and it was hard for me to use. If you are very good with liquid liner, this may be something that really interests you because it is very easy to get off. If that's something that bothers you, if you find yourself really scrubbing at your eyes and you have sensitive eyes or things like this could be really good for you. At the end of the day, I just took a little bit of water and I found it did work a little better with my facial cleanser. I just lightly rubbed it and it just came right off. Oh, one thing I do want to say that I just remembered about this. I put this on in the bathroom over my counter, and a little bit later Ryan came up and said, "What's this black stuff all over the countertop?" And I guess when I had taken it out or something, it splashed a little bit, or when I was applying it, and it got little black speckles everywhere. And I think the same thing happened when I went to take it off. It broke off in chunks. Like, that sounds so weird because it's eyeliner, but it does. It separates and then comes off. It like slides off and then it stays in the sink a little bit. So I had to kind of scrub at the sink to get it off. So that is something that just would drive me nuts on a regular basis. I like how my makeup just dissolves away, washes down the sink. This kind of a miss. So I guess I'll just show you how it works. I mean, to be fair, I just have a sample, so the brush may be nicer or something for the regular, but because it's a brush and it's kind of so soft, it can be harder to get a real precise thin line. Like, to me, that's a pretty thick line. I have hooded eyes where when looking at me with my eyes open, you can't see a lot of my eyelid, so I don't like a thick thick eyeliner because it makes it look like I don't have any eyelid at all. So to do I'll try and do a real fine line. I mean, to even get it straight is really hard. So that's about as fine as I could do, you know, just freehand real quick. A little bit watery, in my opinion, and it did take a little bit to dry on my eyes, so that was kind of annoying. So if you're wondering what eyeliner I do really like, I love the Physicians Formula Eye Booster, and this is the 2-in-1 lash boosting eyeliner and serum, and this is supposed to help condition your lashes and make them grow. I don't know if it does that. I just love it. I just shake it up a little bit and then I take it off, and it's almost like a pen. It is a brush, but it is so tight and dense that it doesn't separate, and you can get the finest line with this. I mean, I just love it. I mean, look at the difference. Look at how fine that line is compared to the Blinc eyeliner. And that way, you know, I can go over it little by little, and I can keep going over it to build it up. This is not a waterproof formula. Here, see, I can make it thick or I can make it as thin as I want, which I really like that versatility. I find this so easy to use. It never glops. There's never too much in the brush. This is just so easy to use, and I love it to go over the top of my eyelashes as well when a little bit of eyeshadow has fallen, just to really blacken up the top of my eyelashes and my lash line. This isn't waterproof, but I never find that it smudges on me. When I let these dry, I'll smear my finger over them. I tried this earlier and neither one of them smudged. So for this to be like, you know, miracle, it doesn't smudge, you know, neither does this, and this doesn't even claim not to smudge. And I find the Physicians Formula Eye Booster a lot easier to use. And it's less expensive. The Blinc, I don't even remember how much it costs, but I know that the Physicians Formula is less. So I think for the most part, these are dry. Yeah. See, I'm rubbing over them pretty hard and they're not smudging at all. Yep, not smudging at all. Let me get a drop of water on my fingers and I'll try it wet. All right, so I made my fingers wet and now I'll go over these here so you can see them. And even wet, that one's not coming off. I'm really impressed with the Physicians Formula. I never really thought about it too much, but it really does wear nicely. But here, you can see the difference. Look at that. I just add a little bit of pressure to my hand and see how this one has just kind of started to break away, and this one is, the Physicians Formula is just kind of wearing. See how the Blinc, it just gets into little pieces, and it's gross, and I don't like that, and I feel like I could get little pieces on my face throughout the day, and this Physicians Formula is really holding up well. It's just fading. I would rather have my eyeliner fade throughout the day than rub off and flake off and things like that. So for me, the Blinc didn't hold up to what I wanted it to be. That's just my opinion. If you've tried the Blinc eyeliner, let me know. I know some people in their Birchbox got a Blinc mascara that has, you know, tubes. Let me know what you think of that too. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on that, and I'll talk to you soon. See you, everybody.